Namaskar. Do you see the shirt I'm wearing? Does it remind you of a tin pot dictator? Remember Gaddafi and some of the other guys? They used to have these, a whole bunch of medals and flowery collars and stuff like that. I'm reminded of that because the judgment that was handed down today to Trump reminds me of that. What really happened? Well, he was sentenced on 34 counts, and this whole thing revolves around hush money paid to a porn actress. Her screen name is Stormy Daniels. Her name is something else. Her real name is something else. And the fact that he had asked his lawyer to pay her off, I think 2 installments or something, and then he gave the money to his lawyer later. And they found this as being objectionable, and therefore these 34 counts. This is really the verdict. Now, what they were hoping to do, I guess, was that Trump would give this money off of his political campaign money. Now, because if he had done that, that would be illegal. I mean, if you are getting money as part of your political campaign, you can use that money to buy yourself a really nice suit, stay in a really nice hotel, even get a massage because you have to get ready for an interview. But you can't pay a prostitute, or you can't pay for, professional services of this nature. So that's what they were hoping to get him on. They couldn't, but they still hung on and somehow got this verdict. Very, very disturbing verdict, I should say. So that is the verdict part. Then what happened? Trump appealed this verdict in Supreme Court, and I think 2 days ago or yesterday, Supreme Court ruled 5-4 that the sentencing can go on. And that's why the sentence has been read out today. The sentence is that Trump has been convicted, but he is being unconditionally discharged. What does unconditionally discharged mean? If you are convicted of a crime, what happened? There is sentencing. Sentencing means, well, I'm going to send you to jail for 10 months and 6 months taken out for good record or good behavior or something of that nature, right? So in this case, he is giving a sentence of 0 days. So Trump will never see the walls of a jail, but it will be on his record as a convicted person. Remember that 𝗣𝗽𝗼𝗼 movie? The first big screen thing that hits you is, I'm going to open my wrist just for effect. See this thing? Amitabh Bachchan will show his wrist like this, and then here it will be written, "Mera baap chor hai." Remember that? So that's what's going to happen here. Every time the Democrats get a chance, he say, you have a convicted person serving as a president. This does not stop him from becoming president again. So he will be taking oath, but there is always this but that will follow him, and Democrats will use every opportunity to use that. However, Trump is made of strange stuff. He's not going to, just take these things lying down. He's going to plow on. If anything, he's the kind of guy who, when he's down and out, he gets up with renewed vigor and he's up for a fight. My guess is it's going to make him even more determined, because the way the sentencing happened, and there was a huge blunder that should have been called a mistrial. I don't remember if I talked to our viewers about this. What had happened was, see, when the case finishes and the jury is asked to deliberate on a verdict, and the jury, every one of them have to agree. And only then they can say guilty or not guilty. If they can't agree, sometimes they can go back to the judge after 5 days, 10 days and say, we are not able to agree. And then the judge will ask the foreman. The jury selects a foreman who's like the spokesperson. What are you hung up on? And he can say, okay, we think this. And then he will find a way to explain to them what the law says about those points. Then you can go back and re-deliberate and say, okay, this is where the law stands. This is how the law says it is. And then hopefully they can get past that. Sometimes the jury can still say, we are deadlocked, we can't give a verdict. The judge can overrule that and still give a verdict if he thinks the case is pretty solid. Now, in this case, what was happening was, while the deliberations were going on, one of the jurors actually talked to his cousin, and that cousin posted it on, if I remember correctly, Meta or Facebook. I'm not 100% sure where it came out. It leaked out. That person said, "We are going to convict Trump." So you get the point, right? The jurors are not supposed to get in touch with the outside world, and he did. And based on that alone, a mistrial could have been declared. I'm not saying should have been, mistrial could have been declared. Because this is violating one of the terms of being a jury. So why did it not happen? We don't know. So the takeaway here is Trump will assume the presidency come January 20th, but he'll have this. They can even start. I mean, like, you can have sites saying or addressing convicted President Donald Trump, just to kind of stick it to him, right? It could happen. I'm not going to do it, but you see, you get the point, right? But we caught you in this. But you are guilty. This, that. So this is going to be, I think, if anything, it's going to egg Trump on to do even more things for the American public and America. And I think this is going to be just that little extra kick that it's going to make him to go, okay, I am going to do this thing. We'll wait and see how this goes. So this is really where things stand. The deep state cannot use it as arm twisting tactics later. RSG, I just want to tell you, this is the observation he has said. RSG says DS will use it as an arm twisting tactics later. No, it cannot, because this one has no strings attached. There is no good behavior here that the judge can go back and say, no, I recall it, you have to come back and you have to come back for sentencing, and that I will give you so much. No, there is nothing of that nature here. And he's trying to use, saying that the person who has been elected by the people for the highest office of the country cannot be, but just be unconditionally discharged. He is using his words very carefully to try and tell us that he is guilty. I need to really give him some time for punishment. But you know what? You guys elected him as president again. So this is how I interpret it. I don't want the judge to get angry at me. So point I'm trying to make here is, this is sort of like, a beautiful, perfect face. In India, we put a small dot of kajal on somewhere to try, and this is a small blemish, right? And that is supposed to be good. So I think something like that is what's going to happen here. And we'll see what this is going to happen. What's going to happen? I think this is we are in for really interesting times. One of the things that the Biden administration did badly was to hide a lot of things from the public. Even the recent fire in Los Angeles is being talked about. In social media, they're saying we are 100% sure this was deliberately set. There were a couple of videos that actually show the people deliberately setting fire to their apartments. Now, why would they do that? So there is another explanation coming there. About 70,000 people are on drugs on the streets of LA. They don't know what they are doing. They could have done. See, anyway, all that is just incidental. So the DS, why I'm saying that is, some people say that deep state is trying to erase their records, because many Hollywoodians have lost their homes. Many Bel Air people have lost their homes. These are all the hoi polloi, the big movers and shakers of LA entertainment industry. These are the people who live in Beverly Hills. That place is burned down. Not a lot, but quite a bit. And also parts of Hollywood has burnt down. So this is where things stand now. Nothing different. Trump is going to be the president. He's going to work with extra vigor, and the Democrats will try and take pot shots at him. At the same time, they are the ones who are going to be facing a lot of music, in my opinion. So that's all I have for you. So I don't have any questions so far from you guys. So there is one question. Venkatraman wants to know, will this lead to reopening of cases against Hunter Biden? Possibly. There are two different disconnected cases. Hunter Biden has been pardoned by his father. However, if they can find something outside the realm of what he has been pardoned for, you have to look at the language. I'm not a lawyer, so please don't sue me if something like that doesn't happen. I'm not a lawyer. If they can find some other crime that Hunter Biden committed for which he has not been pardoned, yes, he's open game. But I don't know. I think it could be again an unconditional pardon on part of Papa to give to his son. because he's also connected in this. That's all I have for you guys. There's one more question. Manu wants to know, sir, at the base of Trump and his partner Elon, he has no friends left. Do you think he'll complete full term? Why not? Manu, I had a friend of mine who does astrology check this, and they said that Trump might not finish the term because of health reasons, but at the same time, he'll make sure that there is a path laid out for the Republican Party for the next 8 years. So I'm guessing that whoever he anoints as his successor might be good enough for the Republican Party to not get elected once, but twice. So let's wait and see how it goes. Vaishali wants to know, Trump and guilty, all drama need to understand. Invite Dr. Shiva to understand what is reality and what is going on. Vaishali, Dr. Shiva is a very good friend of mine. A lot of water has flown under the bridge on this one. I mean, I did not agree with this verdict at all. This is wrong. In fact, not only that the fact that it was not declared a mistrial when it was proven that one of the jury members connected or contacted somebody outside, that should have been grounds for dismissal. For a mistrial. Mistrial means you have to start over again and start the trial again. That didn't happen. So anyway, so that's all there is. Next one, please. And this is a good one. Hunter Biden escapes for a real crime while Trump is sentenced for something most would not consider a crime. Exactly right. That is exactly right. That's what I would agree as. Venkatraghavan wants to know, maybe this could lead to more unity. No, Venkat. There are a lot of egoistic people in the Republican Party. It's a mess. It'll take some time. They have to lose many times before they'll say, okay, fine. Pankaj Bhargav wants to know, what's a midterm poll? Why midterm? There's no midterm poll. The elections in US, what happens is every 2 years, members of the Congress have to get re-elected, and members of the Senate get re-elected every 6 years. And rain or shine, on the alternate years, on the first Tuesday of November, you will have elections. So if there is if supposing a sitting senator or a congressman / woman dies, then that state's governor shall nominate somebody for the remainder of that term, and then elections will take place. That's how it is. Next one, please. Venkat again. More egotists in Republican Party sounds like TN-BJP. I think the TN-BJP has been sorted out. Have you read the recent one that all these Tamil has been given some other assignment? Don't get your feet into Tamil Nadu politics. Same with Ponnar as well as with Vaanthi. I think something has happened. They're all taken care of now, sorted out. Next one, please. I think that's all the questions. Thank you so much, viewers. And please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.